Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Discworld Noir. So now we're going to go to Temple of Small Gods, which is a new location, so that'll be nice. Oh, that's cool. There I am.
The Temple of Small Gods was Ankh-Morpork's unique concession to all the thousands, perhaps millions, of small gods that the Discworld was home to. Most of the gods were so small they never got worshipped. The spirits of lonely trees, or the places where two ant trails crossed, and they stayed that way because they lacked belief. Give a god belief, one follower or 10,000, and it grows up from the void into whatever fanciful deity its followers devise. Everyone knows that people need gods to blame for everything that is wrong, or praise for everything that is right. But they forget that every god needs people, too. Inside the temple, a bazaar of fanatics, lunatics, and cultists of all descriptions were trying to sell their faith to prospective followers. 2 salvations for the price of 1. Extra indulgences if you get a friend to join. That sort of thing. The lost and the lonely came here seeking direction. I found it hard to picture Carlotta amongst their number.
Okay, we're not getting any music for this scene apparently. Anything I can look at here? Doesn't seem to be. Let's go up there. There we go, at least music's on for here. Yeah, nothing to see here. Let's go talk to Malaclypse.
Who do you worship, then?
Why do you want to know? Who sent you? What do you want?
My name's Luton. I'm a private investigator.
You've been sent by the elucidated brethren of the Ebon Knight to silence me, haven't you? Their plots are so transparent. It won't work. I have protection.
There isn't an elucidated brethren of the Ebon Knight anymore. They were forcibly disbanded.
Disbanded?
By a dragon, as it happens.
Ah, that's what they want you to think. That was all faked, so that they could eliminate all their traitors and go underground. Even as we speak, they are plotting to control the patrician by putting mind-altering drugs in the palace's water supply.
Then it's true. I'd heard that you were the only other person who really knew what was going on.
What do you want?
I just want to learn from you. Only you can teach me what is really going on in Ankh-Morpork.
You don't fool me.
I don't?
You just want to steal all my knowledge and then use it to further your plans of glory.
Ah, but I know that you know that, and you know that I know that. Which means we're at a stalemate. And since you know more than me, you have the advantage in a stalemate, which means that ultimately you'll beat me.
Yes! Yes! I see. You plan to try and use me, don't you? Well, many have tried to use Malaclypse, and I have beaten them all.
No, I can't hide anything from you, can I?
Very well. I will let you, for as long as it serves my purposes to do so. What did you wish to know?
There we go.
Which deity do you serve?
That's a big question. Which deity do you serve?
I don't serve any deity.
Then I don't serve any deity either.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Right. You first.
I serve...
You didn't finish.
I am forbidden by an oath of loyalty never to speak aloud the name of the person of the...
Ah, the ancient mystic order of... Yes, I know all about you. I know every conspiracy turnwise of the Wormberg, and all but one conspiracy hubwards of the Great Neff.
Your turn.
I am the proud servitor of Errata, the goddess of misunderstandings, the mistress of mayhem, the countess of confusion, and the duchess of discord.
You know, sometimes I think I'm her servitor, too.
You get a free gold-plated apple if you join this week.
I'm up for that.
Tell me about the goddess Errata.
There is no goddess greater than Errata. Have you not looked at the world and seen all the confusion and misunderstanding? Well, who do you think put it there, It didn't happen by chance. Nothing ever happens by chance.
So, every misunderstanding that has ever happened, Errata was behind them all.
Yes. She has started wars, and she has ended wars. Millions have died for the glory of Errata.
And presumably most of them believe they were dying for something else.
Oh, yes. The goddess is shrewd in her ways.
She must be very powerful.
There is no goddess more powerful than Errata.
Then why doesn't she just make everyone into her follower?
Let me tell you something, Luton. Everyone is a follower of Errata. They just don't know it.
How come you know that you're a follower of Errata?
I only think I'm a follower of Errata. I might be a follower of someone else, and I wouldn't even know it.
Errata thinks of everything, doesn't she?
Dear.
You said you knew all but one conspiracy, Hubwards of the Great Neff. What's the one conspiracy you don't know?
If I knew that, I would know all the conspiracies, wouldn't I?
You don't know anything about that one conspiracy?
Nothing.
Then how do you know that there is another conspiracy?
Because when I put all the other conspiracies together, I can see the pieces missing.
In other words, you can tell there's a conspiracy because you can't
a bit
see
weird.
it.
Everything casts a shadow, Luton. At least of some kind.
What if the missing pieces are a ruse by one of the
Conspirators, do you know
At
about
least
try and
to try
distract
and
you from...
distract you from paying attention to
Oh,
what
that
they're
was the
doing?
weirdest one it's done when it went back into it again.
No. That's too far-fetched.
Okay, the Church of Errata.
So is there a formal Church of Errata?
I am the formal Church of Errata. I hold her sacred emblem.
And what would that be?
The scarlet totem that I wear around my neck.
And how do you go about joining the church?
I told you. Everyone is part of the Church of Errata. They just don't know it.
Okay, let's see if he recognises any of these things. What have we got? They might know. No, he might know, Reagan.
Do you know a dwarf named Reagan?
Ah, yes. He's a member of the
Shinkicker triad, I mean.
A minor player, though.
Okay, I think that was rubbish.
Do you know what this is?
It's a Hersheben groat.
What's a Hersheben groat worth?
Nothing, unless you want to hire a member of the Hashishim, the first assassins.
The Hashishim?
The original assassins. A band of mad killers who are feared throughout Hopwood Clatch. They derived their name from the huge quantities of hashish they consumed. They are unique among killers in being both deadly and, at the same time, inclined to giggle and wear beads. The ones with the flared trousers are the most deadly of all.
And you'd pay one with a Hersheben groat?
No, but if you give it to one, he'll stare at it for hours and leave you alone.
Oh dear, this is a strange game. And that's not what we want. No, Malaclypse, talk to me. I want to show you my shiz. Come on. I'm sure there's a button for making this scroll up and down. Unless that everything I have now? That might be the only things that I own. What did I get rid of? Yeah, I guess that's all I own at the moment. Okay. Shut up. Let's talk about some stuff in my book. Okay. You might know Azil.
Does the word Azil mean anything to you?
Azil? Yes. He was an Ascarian and Great Neff a couple of centuries ago, involved in the Great Light Dam conspiracy, which culminated in the theft of 12 barrels of light from the sacred distilleries of E, the Lost City.
That's nice to know. I guess you might know something
Why
about...
was Mundy hung upside down when he was murdered? And why were his eyes poked out?
His body was offered up as a sacrifice to the creatures of the dungeon dimensions, the fetid obscenities from beyond time and space. Except Errata caused them to get their rituals confused, otherwise the city would be crawling with Helpspawn right now.
What does 3712V mean to you?
It's the combination to the phantasmal vault of Capsicum. Even the lowliest neophyte of Errata knows that.
You might know Carlotta. She's been in the comments.
Do you know a woman by the name of Carlotta von Uberwald? Have you seen her around the temple?
Oh, yes. I know her. She's part of one of the darkest conspiracies. And they're plotting to take over the world by stealing the lost treasures of Errata and turning them towards a dark purpose. Don't trust her, Luton. Trust no one.
You know about Mundy's murder?
Of course.
Was she here when he was killed?
Yes. Yes, she was.
Well, that's good to know. You might know Alkali, I guess.
Do you know Alkali?
The dwarf? Yes, he's an associate of
He knows
Horse.
everything.
A minor player in the greater scheme of things, but dangerous nonetheless.
Do you know Malachite?
They're planning
To have him killed.
They? Who are they?
Nobody knows who they are. Only they know who they are. Maybe. I think they're the same ones who are putting poison in the beer.
Oh dear. You okay, Malachite? Not Malachite, Malaclypse.
Do you know a woman named Ilsa and a man named Two Conkers?
No.
No? I thought you knew everything.
Not everyone is important in the grand scheme.
I'm just going to ask him about a lot of things. He seems to know loads of stuff.
Tell me about the counterweight killings.
Rumor has it that the Sun Emperor's private assassin is here in Ankh-Morpork, silencing those who have found out about the conspiracy to keep the Agatean Empire out of the secret trade talks at Ecclepon, thus ensuring that the counterweight continent's stature in the world economy is weakened.
Hold on.
Those...
Slow down a minute. Who's the Sun Emperor?
The ruler of the Agatean Empire, of course.
The Agatean Empire? That's on the counterweight continent, is it?
Not so loud.
Don't you know about the patrician's conspiracy to deny the existence of the counterweight continent to the populace? He could have us killed just for talking about it.
But everyone knows that the counterweight continent is real. We had a tourist from there a couple of years ago.
Privately, everyone knows, yes. But publicly, it's still just a legend. And the patrician makes sure it stays that way.
So what you're telling me is that an assassin from a nation that publicly doesn't exist is here killing off certain influential figures.
Exactly!
Assassin from a nation that publicly... And all this has to do with a trade meeting at Ecclepon.
Apparently. There may be more to it than that.
Why Ecclepon? That's hundreds of leagues away.
Yes, but Ecclepon is the nearest port to the Agatean Empire. And agents of the Ochre Revolution from the counterweight continent are going to be at the meeting.
I see.
We've done that. We've not done Sapphire.
What do you know about Sapphire?
Ochre
About
Revolution from the...
Sapphire.
That troll is nothing but trouble. She's in with the Breccia, you know. The troll mafia are going to be at the...
Oh my god, why is it so crazy? She ran up huge gambling debts and now she works for them until she's paid them off. Come on. Was that all of it? Let's go back. I don't believe that that was everything. Oh, it is not in a good mood today, is it? There we go.
What do you know?
She...
Okay, no, that was the end of that. Sounds about Horst.
What can you tell me about Jasper Horst?
Horst is a major player in several conspiracies. The Brindisian Illuminati are still after him for stealing the unholy pail. Certainly not someone to be messed with.
What do you know about Sapphire?
That can be the same.
That...
Let's ask about... He just said about the losing streak, didn't he? That can be the same, isn't it? Cool. We've done that. Golden Sword. Oh, we can talk to him about it, apparently. He's trustworthy, the crazy man in the church.
What do you know about a golden sword?
Sword? Sword? You are not worthy to talk of that. Be silent, lest I smite you. Never speak of the sword again until you have proved yourself worthy in the eyes of Errata.
Fair enough. Go on then.
The Milka brought some interesting cargo into Ankh-Morpork.
Proved
I
yourself...
heard.
Oh, yes. Most people know that the Milka is part of the advanced fleet for the Klatchian Navy, but not everyone knows that they are smuggling top-grade Klatchian pornography into the city. It's all part
Of the Bridsian Illuminati to plot to corrupt the moral minority and make Ankh-Morpork the most depraved city on the Discworld.
It's already the most depraved city on the Discworld.
Now you see what we're up against. Actually, the porn wasn't a patch on the homemade stuff.
Is that the last page? Okay then, let's say bye to Malaclypse. I think we've basically spent an entire episode just talking to him.
I'll have to go. The truth is out there.
Trust no one.
Well, that was good. We didn't really gain anything out of that conversation, but he was in... Oh, there we go, we've got the sound now. He was a nice man. I like the music in here.
The only non-denominational feature in the temple was a small pool of water in the central atrium.
Fair enough.
Most of the statues were a mystery to me, but I recognized the odd face. There was Zephyrus, the god of slight breezes. and Lamentatio, the goddess of interminable opera. I thought I could see FedEx, messenger of the gods, in one corner.
Oh, it's a funny game. I swear something popped up here, didn't it? Unless I'm crazy. Oh no, there's something there. Oh, stained glass window. Oh!
The richer religions could afford to put up a stained glass window in honor of their deity. I could see images of the sconing of Saint Stephanie the Blonde, the apotheosis of Judas Asparagus, and the parting of the red-headed prophet. The chamber was surrounded by so many different art styles, it was hard to decide which one I hated the most.
I think I've sort of thing, yeah, let's look at the totems, and then we'll call it a day for this episode.
Religious emblems were scattered throughout the place. The sacred lace of Hyperopia, the goddess of shoes. The holy trolley of Mr. Safeway. The blessed chamber pot of the whinging martyrs of Constipata. Anything could become a sacred relic if you weren't careful enough.
Okay, so we're going to call that an episode, but hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, then you should subscribe, because otherwise Errata will ruin your life, probably. So yes, I'll see you next week when we will go over up here and talk to the person that I know is there. Bye bye.